it's one thing for people to see pictures of you on Instagram, see videos of you on Snapchat. Then it's another thing for them to see you in person, in real life. What's the response you get when people see you in real life?
A whole bunch of like second guessing. Like a lot of people are like, is that her? It is her. And it's pretty cool. Like so far I've been getting like a pretty cool response from people. No like hate in real life, so that's good.
But what do people say about, you know, you and how you look? Do they think you look taller in person, shorter, thicker, thinner?
People are surprised by how short I am in person. Like I get, oh, you're so small, a lot. So, yeah.
Now, what is your opinion of social media today at this point? What do you make of it?
I think my opinion on social media, it's really powerful. Like before it wasn't, like before Instagram came out, there wasn't a lot of people that could just basically change tomorrow on what they're doing today, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if you've been following my story, but 4 days ago, I didn't really have close to 1 million followers, and now I do. So it's just, social media is a really powerful platform.
What was it that got you closer to 1 million when you weren't before?
Rap videos, just making raps on relatable topics.
But people make rap videos all the time. What's special about yours that has drawn a following?
I think just how relatable it is. Like, we all know somebody that just is messy, or people that's just messy in general. Like, I think people can relate to what I'm saying. And then the fact that I could just make it rhyme just makes it more enjoyable.
But there seems to be a lot of female rappers now. Like, after the rise of Nicki Minaj, it seems like, oh, female rappers are all over the place all of a sudden. So that's why I'm curious as why yours have risen in popularity, and people that might have been doing videos longer than you or rapping longer than you haven't had the success you have social media-wise, virally, digitally-wise. You think it's your age?
I don't think age really plays a role. I think it's just as far as people relating. You know, I think that's what it is.
Now, and you're 17 as of right now. Yeah. Now, when it comes to social media, what's your biggest pet peeve with it at this point? What bothers you the most about it, if anything? Anything?
Nothing really. I'm pretty satisfied with social media.
Usually people have some sort of gripe about something. How do you deal with negative or hateful comments online?
To be honest, I don't. I actually kind of take it and learn from it. And some of them are kind of funny, so it helps. But I don't really, I'm pretty a positive person all the way around. So negative comments don't really like affect me as much as they thought it would. Like, it takes a lot to like get me outside of my character. So negative comments really don't, you know.
Do you clap back?
Sometimes, but it depends on like the intensity of the comment.
Block people?
Yes.
Delete comments, turn comments off?
No.
What can lead to being blocked on your block list?
Blocked. Spamming. Like, I can see, okay, you disagree with one post, but going post after post, and it just becomes repetitive. So I was like, okay, you clearly don't like anything I post, so that's like, help you out. Block.
Have you ever unblocked somebody from your block list and put them back in general population, or no?
Yes, I do unblock people, because sometimes I feel like, okay, well, maybe they do deserve to see more of me, since you don't like me so much.
Now, when it comes to people not liking you, has it ever gone to the point where you've received death threats?
No.
Not yet. What about stalkers? Has anybody ever crossed that imaginary boundary between online and real life?
Not yet.
Not yet. That's good. Now, you're almost at 1 million. You're over the 500,000 hump, right? Over 500,000. When you see that amount of people following you online, is that surprising to you?
Very, because I didn't really think I was going to go far. That's why I kind of hesitated to really start rapping on Instagram, because I thought, what if this doesn't go anywhere? But it did, so it's really surprising to see that many people.
So before you even jumped into the 500, 600,000 range, where were you at pretty comfortably at before?
139K exactly.
And you weren't rapping then?
No. That was just off being on Instagram for a really long time.
And then when you started rapping, that's what really rose everything. Now, is it a sense of power that comes with that amount of followers, or is that not really a big deal?
It's not really a big deal.
17 years old, having almost 1 million people following you is not a big deal?
Not to me.
Interesting. Now, with that amount of followers, with that, the negative comments that you do receive, hateful comments that you do receive, have you ever been a target for maybe having your Instagram profile disabled or hacked?
No,
Any
not
scares?
At all. Mm-mm.
What about a backup page? I notice people with your type of following, especially females, have some sort of backup page, just in case the inevitable happens, disabling, hacking, that sort of thing. Ever thought about that, or?
I've made 4 backup pages. Well,
4 backup
yeah,
pages?
they've all gotten deleted except for one, and I don't know why. Like, one of them got hacked by my own fan page, which was crazy. And then the other 2, they just got disabled for some type of terms. I don't know. But the one that I have now hasn't got disabled yet. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing something right.
So your backup pages have had some trouble, but your main page, no issues?
Not at all.
Now, some people I've seen, when it comes to maybe the negative or hatefulness in social media, have actually deactivated and reactivated their accounts at some point. I've seen Justin Bieber do it. I've seen Meek Mill do it. And I've seen some people actually terminate everything. Kanye West recently terminated his Twitter account, his Instagram account. Have you ever got to the point when it comes to the negative feedback or hateful feedback where you've thought about disabling a social media platform?
I feel like when you decide to put stuff on social media, you have to be aware that this is still social media. Like, there are still people that, it's just you're opening up yourself to a whole nother platform. So I feel like if you're not prepared for other people's opinions and how people may perceive you, then you shouldn't be on social media. So no, I will never disable my page due to hate comments.
Now, are you on Snapchat?
Yes.
Same screen name as your Instagram?
No.
Different screen name.
Mm-hmm.
What's your screen name on Snapchat?
Killumantii.
Now, how often do you post on Snapchat?
I try to post at least every day.
So very active with it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people I've seen with Snapchat aren't active with it like they used to be, with the rise of Instagram stories, which is something very similar to what Snapchat does. Are you on Instagram stories as well, or just Snapchat heavily?
Both.
Now, when it comes to Snapchat, I've seen some people post different things from their Instagram stories and their Snapchat, and I've seen some people just download their stories on Snap and re-upload it right to Instagram stories. What type of person are you?
I'm the type to post it on Snap, download it, re-upload it.
Now, when it comes to Snapchat, do you check your messages?
I try to, but I get a lot, so I just don't get around to them.
Now, aside from Instagram stories, like I said, it's very similar to what Snapchat does. Instagram also has another feature called Instagram Live, which is similar to what Periscope does, and Facebook Live. Do you use that function? Do you use that feature on Instagram?
Yes, I do. I use it a lot.
And how active are you with it?
I try to go live at least 3 to 4 times a week just to check in on my followers.
Now, that's pretty active. I've seen a lot of people on Instagram. When Instagram Live first came out, heavy on Instagram Live, and now not so much. Have you kind of steered away from being as frequent with Instagram Live as you once were, or are you pretty active like you have been from the jump with it?
I have been from the jump, pretty active.
And is it a spontaneous thing, or is it a particular day or particular time that you always seem to jump on, or?
Just randomly, whenever I feel like I want to speak to people, just go live.
Most unique location you've Instagram Live from? I've heard some crazy stuff.
Most unique. I don't go outside much, so probably from a balcony.
Now, with all these social media platform changes, we talked about Instagram with Instagram Stories, which is similar to Snap, and Instagram Live, which is similar to Periscope, and Facebook Live. Do you think Twitter can still survive all these social media platform changes, or no?
I think they can.
Do you still tweet? Are you still active with it?
I do still tweet, yes.
Now, when it comes to your parents, are your parents on social media?
No.
Not on social media?
Mm-mm.
No Facebook?
My mom recently made an Instagram, but as far as, like, for my dad, no.
Is she using Instagram to check up on you and what you got going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's kind of spying on you then.
No, because I know about it. I kind of helped her make it.
Oh. Does she critique your posts and what you post?
Yeah, my mom is actually really supportive over the stuff that I make.
Does she interact with you on social media?
No. Well, if she does, I never really get a chance to see it, but
So she's
probably.
more or less just seeing what you got going on and kind of giving you some input.
She's
Has
mostly
Go ahead.
she's mostly there just for feedback.
She tells you to take posts down, to
Redo certain stuff, change. Yeah.
How is her advice with social media?
Her advice with social media pretty much helps because it's better to have another person's perspective on what you're doing because you won't know what you're doing wrong until you hear it from someone else.